You guys know what time it is?
What time is it? I thought it was 4 o'clock.
It's morphin' time.
Dragon Sword! Mastodon!
Pterodactyl!
Triceratops!
Saber-tooth tiger!
Tyrannosaurus!
Morphin' time.
Yeah, that was kind of loud.
So you guys want to talk about Shattered Grid?
Hell yeah.
Alright, you want to go into a little background of what Shattered Grid is?
Well, for those of you who don't know, Power Rangers is doing what they're calling the Shattered Grid, which is Tommy, the original Green Ranger. He has finally, become fully evil, but now he's going by the alias or name Lord Drakkon. So basically, what he wants to do is either kill all the Rangers or rule like all the Rangers, all universes, all timelines, everything. He either wants to rule them or kill them all. So, and it started off with a bang.
Yeah.
The
very
first
first issue.
First issue, they killed off everybody's favorite Ranger, the face of the franchise, if you ask me, Tommy.
Tommy Oliver.
So they killed him, and kind of like a form of suicide, if you ask me, because he kind of killed himself.
But still, what a way to freaking start the first issue to Shattered Grid, killing off the most popular character, the most famous character, Tommy Oliver. And back to what you were saying, mind you, Lord Drakkon is the evil Green Ranger, but in his universe. And like you say now, he wants to take over all the other universes.
He already conquered his own universe.
He has his own army and everything.
He's kind of like the Genghis Khan of the Power Ranger universe.
That's funny. I was gonna say more like the Shao Kahn.
Or the Shao Kahn. Actually, yeah.
I like that, like Shao Kahn.
Yeah,
You know, Shao Kahn wanted to conquer everything.
Yeah,
Exactly.
killed
This
you
is
when
what-
you had the chance, brother.
Anyways, but yeah, he's trying to conquer everything, and but what's his ultimate goal? I don't understand. What's his
Well,
ultimate...
I guess as the issues like are made, we're gonna find out more and more about like his entire plan, how it's gonna unfold, and what he truly wants. Because I would imagine there is like a reason behind.
Exactly,
what
that's
he
what I
wants.
want to know. Because like, what's his goal? What's his game plan? What's he want to do?
Yeah, beyond just conquering,
Yeah,
everything
ruling and
and
stuff,
all and whatnot. But I don't know. I think it's interesting because I think this series of comics is gonna explore, like new territory, uncharted territory for Power Rangers. Because Power Rangers, for the most part, at least as a kid, what I remember watching, it was always kind of like before we were even filming, we were talking about how it's like that same battered formula, rinse and repeat. Like a monster is introduced, the Rangers are called, they scrap it out,
Save the day.
and then
Whoop monster becomes giant, Megazords come out, they whoop the monster again, and hey, we saved the day, right?
exactly.
But next time, what happens on Power Rangers is the exact same
Yeah,
shit.
it's a rinse and repeat formula. The only thing that changes is the monster they whoop. That's it.
That's why I'm looking forward to Shattered Grid,
Yeah.
And even on YouTube they have like that little video.
The trailer.
Little
Oh
trailer
yeah,
for
if you
it.
guys haven't checked out that trailer, Shattered Grid, literally just look it up on YouTube. Worth your
Yeah,
time.
like
The
even
representation of the comic.
even that, like thematically, the tone of it just looks more mature.
It's on the darker side.
Yeah, but it still hasn't gotten away from its roots.
That's what I kind of like, because I feel like those type of shows, like, because we all watched it as kids, but as we grow, they realize we're growing, we're not kids anymore, but we're still fans of their stuff, so they kind of made it more mature for us to be like, oh wow, they're really switching it up and making it more interesting rather than just be happy-go-lucky all the time type stuff.
It's been 25 years.
Yeah.
25 years since they
Yeah.
debuted in what, 93?
1993.
93. Damn, what, 25 years.
25
Our
years.
age.
Ridiculous.
And that's why I love this new title for the comic, Shattered Grid, because like we were talking about earlier, like before we started filming, it can go in any which way direction. It can go into any universe. It can go into any time frame of Power Rangers. It can go into any like Power Ranger series. Basically, Lord Drakkon can go in and do his damage.
He can invade any universe and
Exactly.
just cause havoc and just be a mess.
and take over and do what what we
Yeah.
think his motive is. Obviously.
Basically, Tommy's become Rita and Lord Zed type stuff. He's the new.
And I think that's the cool thing about it too is like they killed off Tommy, Jason David Frank, but then again he's still Lord Drakkon.
so he's still in there.
Yeah, and like we were talking about, like we didn't really get to see the full potential of the Green Ranger when he was first evil, when he was first introduced, because he was only there for like 4 or 5
It was like,
episodes.
it was like a 5 arc episode.
Yeah, it wasn't like a whole saga about the whole Green Ranger.
I'm not gonna lie, those 5 episodes were pretty dope.
Yeah, they were amazing. They were pretty dope. But I'm saying now you get to see what he could have been, like as an evil Green Ranger.
Like he chose the path of evil, and this is like the ultimate outcome.
And
Which
I
is pretty
think-
badass.
Yeah, that's pretty dope to me.
But
I mean, for me, I hope that we get to see like more and more of, I guess, what you might call like that universe. You know, like all the other different Rangers, like all the other different series. Because I think like everybody has like, you know, like they associate like Power Rangers with like certain series or a certain Ranger. Like I know I got my favorite Ranger. I know you guys got your favorite Rangers. So I'm gonna tell you mine. Mine is the Titanium Ranger from Lightspeed Rescue. And again, to me, the reason I like him is because it had been like, I don't know how many iterations of Power Rangers already down the road. And he was like, again, same thing like Tommy. He was like struggling because he was evil. Technically, he was being manipulated. And as it turns out, he was actually like the brother of the Pink Ranger from Lightspeed Rescue. So I thought that dynamic was, again, interesting and unique in that and of itself. But who's your favorite Ranger?
The guy behind you, Jason, the Gold Ranger. That to me, like his suit is amazing.
He was the original Red Ranger, right?
Yeah, he was the original Red Ranger, original Red Ranger. And he was the first guy to fight Tommy before he became the Green Ranger in the little dojo where they had the karate classes and stuff. And then when he became the Green Ranger, that's when they had like their first face off. What was the gold guy again?
Goldar.
Goldar
was kind of warming him up for Tommy to, and then like, but it was never a fair fight because Jason didn't even have his morphing abilities.
Yeah.
Like he was literally like a sitting duck in a cage.
He got bailed out by Zordon.
Yeah, all he could do was survive at the time.
And Tommy was this close. He was about to stab him.
Tommy was toying with him the whole time. Like he could have killed him whenever he wanted. He was, come on, man. He's human. Tommy's rangered up with a sword.
And that's what I'm saying. I feel like with the Shattered Grid, I think they're gonna introduce more of that with Lord Drakkon. Like you're just gonna see him toying with the Ranger, just messing with. Just
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. I want to know more about his personality. Is he gonna toy around?
Well, we're gonna have to like keep watching and you know.
So I'm saying, is he gonna be the type of villain that plays with his food, or is he like down like
straight killed?
Or is he gonna? Because I guess we kind of got like a view of how he is because he already killed Tommy. So
that's true. So I mean,
famous
Ranger. But who's your favorite Ranger?
Oh, my favorite Ranger was Andros. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Power Rangers in Space. He was my favorite Ranger. He was their Red Ranger, and I don't know. I just liked him because of all the upgrades he got down the line, like his armor. He got like wings and stuff at some point. Like
I don't remember that.
Yeah, you don't remember that? Like I don't know. Man.
I gotta re-see.
There's so many
there's iterations. But that one sounds pretty
dope.
That one
like,
sounds pretty.
That's what I'm saying because he was like the first. Because eventually they all unlocked the same ability, but he was the first one to do it.
To get there.
So it was like just to see him like an awesome transformation over the top type stuff. It was just like badass to me, and that was also another reason why that series was my favorite one because they introduced us to the Psycho Rangers, which was literally like evil cyborg versions of the Power Rangers, and they looked badass too.
Yeah, they actually looked dope.
Like their suits look awesome as hell too. Like that's like definitely my favorite part.
And if you see like in the comic art, my bad, Walter, I'm gonna cut you off. If you see like in the comic art, or I think it's only in the comic art, Lord Drakkon has like an army of his own, and like if you see closely in the background, they kind of look like the Psycho Rangers, like the way their uniform is.
Yeah,
like,
that's the other thing too that I'm hoping for. Like, I hope they all somehow manage to integrate like all these things.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Like you know,
a giant Power Ranger war at the end comes out of this or something like.
And you can imagine like a dope series for this, like on YouTube or on Netflix, and like you have the Zords coming into play, and like having a whole like a whole war on the ground, and then with the Zords like in air. I guess.
You know what I was thinking too is like what if because eventually he's gonna have to be stopped. Like there's only two ways: either they're gonna stop him, or he's actually gonna succeed and take over everything and everyone. But now what I'm thinking is like, man, it would be interesting to see if like what happens. Do the original villains from like other universes like Rita and Zed, do they team up with Drakkon, or do they see Drakkon as a threat and maybe they possibly team up with Power Rangers themselves? And you know,
that is a great question.
Like that would be pretty cool.
And not only that, like we were talking about earlier too, who's gonna take the mantle from Tommy now that he's passed away? Now that Lord Drakkon got killed him.
Is anybody gonna be a new Green Ranger? Is anybody gonna?
Or is there gonna be a new Ranger that we don't know about that they're gonna try and insert into the series and become like the next big thing?
That's the thing. They've literally left the door open to like so many possibilities that they can like. I think it'll be genuinely shocking and like hopefully like.
And they started off with
like hopefully it's worth it. Yeah, hopefully it's worth it because they can literally go so many ways, and hopefully they pick the right route that gives us a great payoff to like they're already starting it in a great way. So hopefully it ends in even a bigger way.
And mind you, Tommy he got killed, and that's gonna affect so many other. He was the White Rangers, the Red Zeo Ranger. He's in Dino Thunder. Like there's a lot that's gonna happen with this comic book series that we're all excited to see.
Hope you guys stay tuned. I know I'm gonna stay tuned.
Yeah,
To
definitely.
keep watching. Tell us your favorite Ranger, guys.
Let us know in the comments.
Like,
What's your
subscribe.
favorite series? You know, and yeah, stay chunky.
Stay chunky. It's morphin' time.